Hello, Qembek here. A few days ago there was an information posted somewhere that Fallout Shelter is now available on Steam, so I've decided to give it a shot because I've played this game before when it was released on mobile devices, but I had to stop because my mobile device didn't like the game and it crashed a lot at later stages of the game when my vault was already huge. So I want to return to it and I want to share with some basic ideas and 5 useful tips how to start this game, how to start building your shelter effectively, and I hope that maybe together we can discover what changed over that time since the release on mobile devices, because I wasn't following the game updates, so I'm wondering what's there. So first, this episode will be top 5 advices for you how to start your shelter, how to build it, and we will see what happens next. Let's check it out. It's pretty intuitive, and game will display you a set of tooltips that you have to follow to start the game, but there are small details that you need to pay attention to, and I want to focus on those small details. First of all, game after you launch your vault, game will ask you to build your first building, power generator. Make sure that you place it on in top row on the right side of your vault. That's because in the later stages of the game, this will be your bastion of defense, and this is the room that you put your strongest dwellers inside. So first you will have some kind of defense, or you won't have defense on entrance to your vault, and second line of defense, this will be it, power generator, and strongest dwellers will be there, working there. In case of an invasion, they will be also defending the shelter. After finishing your first building, expect that game will assign you your first dwellers. To place them in your shelter, you just need to drag them over a room, and when they are over this room, game will display you a tooltip that shows you how much benefit you will get from putting a dweller there. So if their attribute is strength and I'm putting them into the power generator, it will display that this guy will give me this many strength points. Once we are done with the first building and first dwellers, there will be additional buildings to build. You need to spend credits to do so. And in total you will have 3 types of resources that will be produced in those buildings that you build. First one is power from power generator. There's also a restaurant that will give you food and water production. Those resources will be produced by your dwellers. The better room you have, more upgrades you have, and more dwellers you have assigned, and there's a limited number of dwellers that you can assign, but more of them you have and more well it's set up, the more resources you will be able to collect after a while. So that's what your dwellers will do, and beside that you will complete some objectives and explore outside of the shelter, and this will grant you additional credits. Credits are used to upgrade your shelter. It's all in description of those tooltips, so if you read them carefully and follow them patiently, you should be aware of what's happening and how to start. Let me just point out those informations that you might want to remember from the tooltips, or they might not be in the tooltips yet. So first of all, I already told you that power plant location is important because there will be additional events that affect your shelter, and you might want to put your strongest warriors on top row of your shelter. Second, merge rooms and assume that every room that you are building will end up with 3 cells instead of 1. So in the beginning we placed power generator that took 1 cell, but if I build additional power generator next to it, those rooms will merge, and I can do it twice, and in total 3 rooms will create 1 big room. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's why I didn't place power generator and after power generator, for example, dining room. That's important. Expect that, predicts that, and try to build your shelter this way, because it's better to have big rooms and upgrade them later instead of building many small rooms that aren't connected to each other and they are spread out over your vault. Third, explore right away. You can send out your dwellers on exploration missions outside the vault. And outside the vault they will basically go out until you tell them to come back, or until they die, and collect various different type of items. Most of the time they will bring you some caps, and they will bring you armors or guns. You need those to equip your dwellers, you need those to make your dwellers and explorers stronger. Do not hesitate to wait. In my case I had 1 extra NPC, and later I've added one more, so I've sent out 2 explorers right away because there's no time to waste, and you don't need to worry about dying. They can die when they go out, but probably before they die they will receive experience, and that's what they need in the beginning, and maybe they will receive additional rewards, so it will be possible to resurrect them. You will use credits to resurrect them. There's a cost to resurrect them, but most probably they will find more money than it costs to bring them back to life. So that's why you want to do it right away, and once you resurrect them you can command them to come back, and while they are coming back it will take additional time to come back, but they cannot be harmed, so they will be invincible while coming home. So don't worry about that, you can just send them out, forget about them once you remember that they were out there, check what they have, probably resurrect them and send them on their way back. And fourth activity that I recommend is to follow daily objectives. That's because you will receive additional reward for completing some side missions in your vault. So for example, in my case I received a mission to equip my dweller, and once I did it I received additional items. I can get credits, or even better, I can get vault stack box that contains random valuable items inside. Those can be resources, credits, equipment, special dwellers and more. In my case, one of those rewards that I got from the vault stack box was a strong dweller, Gary Lore, who also arrived with a really nice armor. So I could send him out to explore for me, and I wasn't worried that he will die so quickly. So this guy was perfect for my exploration mission right away, and without the vault stack box I wouldn't get him so fast or at all. That's pretty much the only source of special heroes, I believe. And what else? Well, I have one more advice for you, number 5. Don't be afraid to rush your room for extra resources. Rushing speeds up rate of finishing production in your room. More often you rush, the bigger chance it will have to fail. And once you fail, something bad will happen inside of your vault. There will be some negative consequences for each room that failed. If you won't fight the accident and control the situation, fire or infestation of enemy monsters might happen when you failed to rush your room. Once this happens, you need to assign your dwellers to fight with this, because if they don't, then this negative event will spread out not only in one room, but it will spread out to nearby rooms. The good thing here is that in early stages of the game it's really easy to control those negative events if they happen. Do not hesitate to combine it, and for example, if you have an objective to get additional food, then try to rush your room a bit and see if you get lucky or not, because if you get lucky then it means that you will complete your objective much faster than you normally would, and if you fail it won't be so difficult to handle the situation and to, you know, clean this up. Well, and that's it from me for now. I think I will give this game a try and I will play a bit more. If I find anything interesting I will keep you updated, but that's it. Those were my top 5 advices for those of you who didn't play the game before and they want to start effectively. That's it from me. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, comment or subscribe. See you later.